Okay, here is another live music review. Uh, this, finally getting back into trying to get one in every week, weather permitting, and also this whole thing started with live music. Music has always been my passion. I've always loved it, so got a double shot in this week's edition. Make sure to check out my other review of Todd Wolf Band at Rascals. But right now we are focusing on a band that came up on Facebook as an event. Never even heard of the local band, Angel Down, and they were at Staley's on Saturday, January 25th, 2014. So I had two stops in Easton. It's like, all right, never heard of them. So saw them on Facebook. I gotta check this band out. Okay. So first time here. I arrived at Staley's between the first and second set, and it had snowed that day. A lot of the roads weren't exactly in the best shape, and it was cold out there. So, and Staley's usually draws a good crowd, but it's really not all that packed. 100% packed. I walked in and I'm like, where the hell am I even going to stand in this place? You can see from some of the clips over the course of time, Staley's does hold a lot of people. So basically, I walked in and that place was slammed with people. So eventually, I have to say this, there was, as far as some of the names in the Lehigh Valley that were there, Angel Down not only drew a crowd of a bunch of fans, but there were also Scott and Chris from the local band Psych were there. Music photographer Sherry Bain was there. Mark Malucci, and I don't know if I'm a name in the valley myself. So Angel Down also drew a list of names and other and large, kind of bigger names in the local area here to their show. Right off, we actually had a chance to speak with a couple of the band members before the second set started, but I had no idea what to expect. I figured, all right, this is a rock band, another cover band. All right, not going to be that thrilled about it. Well, Angel Down really proved me wrong on this one. They do a wider variety of rock music, of music and rock music, but they do the harder stuff. And when I say the harder stuff, I'm not talking about your 80s pop hits by Motley Crue, Poison, etc. That personally, yeah, they draw the people on the dance floor, but they get old and boring after a while. We are talking honestly, I can't remember some of the songs, but it was a serious harder beat to their second set. They came on hard, fast, and strong, and they kept it that way. One of the main points in any review that I look for, by the way, I'm covering the music first in case you haven't figured it out. Music-wise, it was something very refreshing to hear. A lot of the bands kind of played cover bands. About half and half played safe, half and half played safe with the stuff that they know will draw the people and get the dance floor going. And the other half, they go with stuff that, break it up and everything. Well, Angel Down was not afraid to hit it hard, fast, heavy, and with the power. So, a couple of low points on the music. They do have some originals, but when I was there, it was all covers. My Michelle by Guns N' Roses, vocals were flat on that one. Towards the end of the third set, when the crowd was winding down, they threw in some of the more 80s party stuff, like like I said, Motley Crue, Poison, and Poison. I did not catch any of the standards from with a lot of bands, Def Leppard or Bon Jovi, and honestly, that was very refreshing. And as much as I love to hear it, it's a nice break in the action. So music-wise, they did a great job. Did they hit every song? Hell no. A cover band will not hit every song. Just the way it is. Vocal ranges are limited. I want to hit the technical quick. The technical, which the band really didn't have any control over. They rarely do. For some reason, the background mics were low on this. Whereas lead singer Michael Kincaid, his mic was up. When the background vocals kicked in, it was over the noise, especially over the noise of the crowd. It was hard to hear. So, music and technical covered. Dance floor. Yeah, it was kind of empty at times, but for both sets, yeah, they had that thing packed with people. Now, Staley's has a fairly small dance, actually a small dance floor area, but this thing, I mean, at points, I'm like, how are people even moving up there? To get into the place, you actually have to cut through the dance floor, and there were times where it was like, I was possibly thinking just, go out and get a breath of fresh icy air. And you just couldn't get through. So the dance floor, they had it packed and they had it going. Almost, at least one or two people out there for both sets. Crowd interaction, crowd response, crowd energy. Easily covered here. The crowd response along, that kind of goes in with the dance floor. The crowd loved the band. They were moving around. A lot of the attention was focused on the band for almost both, the entire length of both sets. The crowd energy, the energy level was up. I mean, honestly, like I said, with the weather and with the weather, I did not expect that place to be slammed with people, and for the energy level to be as high as it was. It kind of was infectious where about halfway through the second set, I went from dead serious mode, watching everybody, to actually starting to move, and I started feeling everything. Oh, back to the music quick. The music, yeah, it had me moving, and on some of the songs, I could feel the music and the lyrics. So, as far as the crowd response, dance floor was going. In between songs, they had the cheers. When the band wanted the crowd to get involved with the songs, not a problem in the world. Now here is one of the second, probably the highest point of Angel Down that Angel Down pulled off at this show. The crowd interaction and the get your ass off that stage factor. Again, lead singer, I was beyond shocked by it. He was out in the crowd. I mean, this is a true rock band. They know what the music's about. They know how to make the crowd feel the music. They know that, hey, we're having fun doing this. We're not going to give you a choice. You're going to have fun. You're going to be a part of our show. They have it down. Now, in addition to getting out into the crowd and somehow making his way through it, he, at certain songs, pointed the mic right at somebody, boom, sing along. And it was random people. It was literally, you had to look up to him at points. He had 1 foot on a chair, 1 foot on the table, fist pumping in the air. What more could I ask for in the crowd interaction and get your ass off the stage factor? I literally could not ask for anything more. I was having flashbacks to my prime example from Music Fest last year. The Idol Kings, where the lead singer got out and just was just like, screw it, you're here, you're part of the show. So music, technical, crowd interaction, crowd energy, crowd response, crowd dance floor, and interaction. This keeping with the stage show part. Staley's is a very small stage, so it is literally almost, unless you're doing like a solo or duo acoustic act there, it is almost literally impossible to move around on their stage area. So, but that was covered by getting out into the crowd. So, like I said, technical, a little iffy, whatever. Quick overall, before I bore the hell out of you and drone on and on and on. Overall rating for the first time seeing Angel Down, for what I had expected, for the amount of people I'd expected to be there, I have to give them excellent. Actually, yeah, even though they missed on some songs, and one quick thing, the heartbreaks and slides. Yes, there were heartbreaks in between songs. Some of it was covered by crowd interaction. Some of it was our mouths was we need some liquid. Also, give the band credit. I did not see any alcohol on the stage. Band takes alcohol up on the stage. Big time. You're going to take a hit. You want to have a beer in between sets. It's one thing. Keep it off the stage. I mean, honestly, people don't want to. It's great, but it doesn't bother most people. But there's no reason to have it on stage. So Angel Down did keep the alcohol off the stage. They kept it to water. But I hate to be this difficult with bands. Maybe I should back up. I'm seriously considering backing off a hair or two because it's almost impossible for a band to get an excellent rating. But Angel Down, even though they didn't cover all their hard breaks, and there was some silence in between. Overall rating, I have to give them an excellent. And you saw the look on my face. It was tough because I don't want to do it, but I have to. Reason why they're getting an excellent rating. Number one, the music. Yeah, towards the end they backed off into the more standard and traditional party rock. The crowd was thinning out. Here's another point. Here's another reason why they gained that excellent rating. They were supposed to stop at 1 o'clock. Not what the crowd agreed with. They actually went over by, I believe, 20 or 30 minutes. They actually played an additional 20 or 30 minutes because the crowd wanted it. The interaction. Excellent. Interaction, get your ass off the stage. Even throwing this because to me, with the small as the stage is, that's the stage show. Excellent job here. They made people, the individual person and the crowd in general, they gave people no choice but to not only just watch and listen to the band, but be a part of that show. Every band needs to do this. I don't care if you're making millions of dollars. I don't care if you're just a brand new local band. People respond better. It gets the energy level up that much higher. The band's energy through both sets was extremely high. Band energy, they did a great job creating and continuing the band crowd energy loop. So excellent rating on here. Crowd response, crowd energy, dance floor. The dance floor, I would have to give a surprise me, which is my second highest rating. Just because, no, actually, because they didn't have it packed all the time, but they did rotate. But they did know how to rotate out the dance floor. During both sets, they did at least one time slow it down a little bit. So they didn't know how to rotate out the dance floor, but there were moments where everybody just decided to take a break. So we're looking at between my second highest and highest rating here of surprise me to excellent, right in between there. Technical, I have to give the band a surprise me, which is I believe my second highest rating. No, I don't remember my rating system. I haven't done enough of them recently, but second highest rating here. Even though the background mics were low, they didn't miss a beat. They didn't even acknowledge it. Okay, so actually with this one, technical, I have to give them an excellent. The sound guy, about average. So check that. They get an excellent rating on the technical. Everything overall, I mean the music, honestly, I have to give a surprise me, which is my second highest rating, just because they did miss on a couple songs. Everybody does, but still. So overall rating, I have to give, even though they did not hit an excellent on every point, they beyond shocked me. Honestly, personally, everybody there, the crowd energy, crowd response, excellent rating there. The majority of people paying attention, almost the whole, at least half the people there focused on the band during both sets, even when they went over. So they get an excellent rating there. I know I'm not doing this in any specific order, but like I said, my overall rating for Angel Down, I have to give them an excellent. Even though there were a couple of ratings below excellent, the energy that the band had, lead singer just getting out into the crowd and saying, you know what, the band in general saying, you know what, we're here to party, we're here to have fun. The weather is out there is by far from the best. We're gonna make you forget about everything. They did it. So please check them out on Facebook. Check this band out. They do have some originals. I'm dying to hear them. Okay, I haven't not listened to any of their. Check them out on Reverb. They have some originals on there. I have not had a chance to check them out, but to every member of that band, for the first time seeing it, and for as much of a real prick as I can be with that criteria, keep it up. They have a show coming up at the Mix nightclub out at the Rose Bowl. If I can, I'm going to make it out there, just because guess what? On the personal side, I have another local band on my favorites list. I'm going to check them out again, try to check them out again fairly soon, because one thing I'm curious about is if they rotate out the set list. Oh, by the way, they did also take requests. If they knew the song, they did it. So, thank you very much for checking this out. To the band, beyond a fantastic job. You guys really impressed the hell out of me. But if you're in the northern climate this winter, above everything else, stay warm and safe. No matter where you live in the world, to you, your family, your friends, please, and your loved ones, please, above everything else, be safe. Make sure you're around for the rest of 2014 and long beyond that point. This is Michael Phoenix, founder, website, photographer, reviewer, writer, etc., 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 of Valley and Beyond. One last quick thing. Any local businesses, if you like the magazine, I am, I'm hopefully, I'd like to try, magazine and everybody involved. We would like to try to help your business this year. So if you really like the magazine, if you really like what we do, just contact me, and hopefully maybe run it out in the magazine, see if it helps. To everyone out there around the world who checks this out, who checks out every article and everything in the magazine, a huge and sincere thank you, and is a severe understatement. You're the reason I keep doing it. You're the reason the magazine exists. To everyone, be safe in the night and always, and thank you.